Available on Blu-ray from IndiePix Unlimited and streaming from Amazon Prime or Prime Video channels is the 2018 sports comedy The Merger. Now, this is an Australian film that was released overseas, 2018. We're just getting it here now, based on a one-man show, one-man comedy stage show from our lead actor here. And this was really good. This is the kind of film that is a damn shame that didn't get a theatrical release here. I think we're sort of in a period now. Years ago, they refer to it on the cover as, full Monty for the footy field. They keep referring to footy, which is Australian football, so it kind of seems like a bit like soccer, kind of like American football. The guy does this thing, and this movie's really funny. It's funny, and it has a lot of heart. So I need to refer to the notes here. The star of this film is Damian Damian Callinan. Sorry about that, Damian. He's the comedian whose one-man show about this story was expanded into this film. This was a thoroughly enjoyable watch and really nicely shot too. Beautiful film to look at. And basically the story is it's a very small town in Australia. Their local footy team, their local football team is so bad that they're asking the council or the league that looks at these things is saying, you're so terrible, we need to merge you with another team that's not so terrible. They put it in a way in the film that I'm not going to say here. It uses a little coarse language, which there's coarse language throughout, but it's that really charming, like working class Australian profanity that we love. And basically they're saying, you got to merge these teams or you're not going to have a team anymore. Oh, and by the way, the clubhouse where you practice and hang out and train and all that, it's going to be condemned. You got a lot of asbestos in here. You need to take care of this. And this disgraced former footballer who lives nearby, who they call him a town killer because he did some bad thing. Football, I'm not a sports guy. He did some bad sports thing and caused a huge loss, and it's a shame on the society and shame on the town and all this other stuff. He is convinced, or he decides to step in and help them. They have a large number of refugees in this town. There's a refugee center. They're ailing for players. And what this guy says is, let's combine all these problems into one solution that fixes everything. Take all these refugees. We'll get them as labor to help fix this center. We'll get government funds to help fix this center. We'll get funds because we're employing refugees to fix this center. And he says, if they can swing a hammer, they can kick a football. Let's get them in on the team. Let's see if anybody's any good. And basically, they're able to work a thing where they've got a team now. It's a ragtag team of misfits. You've seen this a million times before, but things that have been done a million times before can still be entertaining. And it really, really was here. And we'll get labor to fix this community. It's going to have to be a community center now, so it'll be used for various other things, which it is anyway. There's a running gag of these people being in these really heated discussions about the football team, and somebody knocks on the door, and it's Morris dancers saying, "Yeah, we've got the place at 6:00." I really enjoyed this a lot. I didn't expect much or anything from this film, not really having heard of it. And it does, comparisons to The Full Monty are apt. The Full Monty or Bad News Bears or Replacements or any film about a sports team that's kind of down on their luck and not so great, but they've got the heart and they've got the willingness and the creativity to move forward and make something of it. So the themes here are, the local Caucasian Australian villagers, townspeople don't take kindly to these foreigners coming in, taking our jobs, changing our ways, all that usual garbage. And together they learn, they can all work together. They can learn to celebrate their differences. They can learn that their differences are their strengths. They can put that all together and make something of it. And it's really wonderful. The strategies they use in training are very funny. And the strategies they use during the big game, I'm not going to give anything away, but they use this strategy in the big game. I'll give this away. That learn about your opponents, learn about what your opponents' strengths and weaknesses are, and be incredibly friendly and nice to them. It was so funny. I was laughing out loud watching it. It was so funny seeing everybody being like kind and tender to their opponents. You're used to like Slapshot where they're like beating each other up or doing dirty tricks or saying nasty things to each other, and they don't. They're saying funny things to each other, or they're saying, you really ought to think about therapy. Oh, I think what would help you, and the opponents are like, well, gee, thanks, and they catch them off guard, and and they score. So this movie was really, really good. This is a movie worth checking out. This is, if you don't mind profanity, this is fine for the family. This is the kind of film, like I said, in years past, this would have gotten a theatrical release, and it would have been another Waking Ned Devine, or it would have been another Full Monty. It would have been another one of those films from Australia or England that, our common language minus an accent would have probably been a pretty big success. But now it's straight to video. It's Blu-ray from IndiePix Unlimited. It's streaming on Amazon Prime. I highly recommend you check it out. I have the Blu-ray here, and I can tell you that the extras on this are Making the Merger behind-the-scenes featurette, which is about, I think it's about 11 and 14 minutes. Interview with the director, Mark Grentell, by Cinema Australia. That's, again, I can't remember which is which. One is 11 minutes, one's 14 minutes. And then you have the official trailer. It's not a terribly, it's 103 minutes, but never felt long. I loved it. I would have actually been happy if the film was even longer. This is the kind of film that I would be happy with a sequel for. I would be happy if this was turned into a series. This was really, really good and says a lot of things that people from this country could really learn a pretty good lesson from. So available on Blu-ray and streaming on Amazon Prime from IndiePix or Amazon Prime is 2018's The Merger.